Hi guys. So, how are you doing today? I obviously hope that you're doing, the best that you can be today. But if not, you know what? I get it. I get it, right? Because today I want to share with you guys, this is going to be a totally free, downloadable and printable, if you like to print things, mental health slash mental wellness journal for you. This is a complete 20 plus page PDF file that you can download. Like I said, download it. You can write on it on like a tablet, a computer, a phone, even, or you can print it out and write on it. However, you like to do journaling. And if you've never done any type of journaling before, welcome to the fun world of journaling. I hope you really do enjoy it. But if you're here watching this video, seeing me today, I'm just assuming that you're ready to take the next step in improving your mental health and your mental well-being. Whether you're somebody who you're like, I haven't felt the greatest lately, and I just wonder if journaling might be something that'll help me. Or if you're somebody who maybe, say you've been kind of really, really struggling with your mental health for a while, and you're looking for something to either start your mental wellness journey or to kind of just help you in general, something new, something different that maybe, I just want this to be a resource for you guys, a free, totally free resource to help you in however you feel you can help yourself with this journal, okay? If you are someone who struggles with mental health, I completely understand. It can be very difficult to kind of motivate yourself, to get up, to physically do things, right? Very often when we have struggles with mental health, our physical health is impacted too, and it can affect our energy levels so much. And I also just want to say that I am definitely someone who understands that firsthand. I've had my own struggles with mental health over time. There was a time where for so many days I couldn't even get out of bed. I was in bed for up to probably 23 or more hours a day with absolutely no energy. But something that really did help me in that time was discovering journaling, which is why I wanted to share this free mental wellness journal with you guys today. Again, totally free resource for you. So let's just go on ahead and get started with looking into how you can actually go about getting this mental health wellness journal. So I'm going to bring you over here to my computer, so that you can see. This is on my website of carrieLynnM.com. If you don't know who I am an author and an artist. A little bit more on that later. But this is a little bit different for me because I just really am passionate about sharing mental health, just free resources in general. But I think mental health is one that I know that this free journal can help so many people. So even if you're someone who maybe you're like, I don't know if I'm really into journaling, share this journal with other people who you think might really benefit from this. I want to share this with as many people as we can reach because it's just so important, you guys. It really is. So to get to this webpage, you're going to click the link down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on another social media platform, just check the description below and I'll give you more advice or directions rather on how to go about and get to this page. But you definitely can access this anytime, anywhere, any device you're using. Just come to this web page. You can scroll down. Of course, you can tell this is our 20 plus page printable or digital, whichever way. If you want to write on it digitally, I'm going to show you how to do that too if you don't have a printer. But if you do, you can definitely print it out too. And here's a little bit of a sneak peek inside what we've got here. So like I said, it's all designed to help you start or continue your journey into mental health journaling. Because if you've never tried journaling for your mental health before, I really encourage you to at least give it a try. If you tried in the past and it wasn't your favorite thing, try again. And if it's something you already love to do, then hey, there you go. So this is it's a resource for absolutely everybody, right? So you can scroll down. There's some more information on the journal, but I'm going to cover pretty much all this here in the video. But once you come to this webpage, you'll see a couple of different buttons just to go ahead and download the Mental Health Wellness Journal. Now, once you get this, I recommend if you are going to print it, make sure you print it right away. There's usually a print button somewhere on your device. It's pretty easy. And if you're going to write on it digitally, you're going to want to, like over here, download and save this to your device right off the bat, because if you start, writing in it on your device and you don't save it, you're going to lose your progress, right? So it's really good just to download it and save it to your device before you start writing on it, if that's the way you want to go about doing things. Now, once you have it saved to your device, open the saved version of it on your device. And it really depends on what device you're using, but I will just show you down here. I will just show you just on a random page how you can actually go about writing on things. So if you're using like an Apple device, like I'm using my Mac here, iPads tend to look the same as this. You can come up here, it'll have a markup toolbar, and then from there you can come over, it'll have like, over here it'll have a sketch or a draw button that you can click, and then this is gonna be really hard because I don't have a touch screen, but you could always just, you know, write on the document. Again, a lot easier if you do have a touchscreen, especially with the stylus pen, or if you like to. Sometimes, if you're someone who likes to type, like I like to type, you can put in text boxes. So you can go on and like type something, and then you can move it around. You can even like change the color of your text. You can even change the font if you're like really into fonts like I am. You know, you can change it to all sorts of different things and just add it into your journal. But now let's go ahead and get back to the actual journal itself and go through the pages for you guys. The first page is just a welcome to the next step in your journey to better mental health, right? Because that's what you're doing. The second you decide to take advantage of this free resource to download and or print it, you're going to start, you guys, it's going to improve your mental health so much. And I'm really excited for you guys to have access to something like this. Now, for our actual pages, a lot of this journal is kind of like workshop-based pages, right? So kind of like little exercises, if you will. So our first set of pages, I'll take you through all the pages in the video here. But like I said, link will be down below for you to get access to this file for yourself so that you can go through all the pages on your own time as well. But if you want a little bit more insights onto everything, maybe you want to download and or print it and then come back to the video and then you can look through all the pages with me here. You could totally do that. So for our first set of 2 pages, this is like, if you print this, you can have these pages open side by side like they would be in a book. On a device, you just have to look at them one by one. I know it's a little bit annoying, but this is a mood tracker. And there's enough spaces for you to go an entire year. Okay, an entire year of tracking your mood. And so how you use this mood tracker, as you can see here, we've got a little bit, if I can zoom in, a little bit of a legend here for different color-coded items for whatever mood you're feeling in general for each day. So this is a really nice thing if you want to do this like before bed or in the evening every night. You can just come, open up your mood tracker, check each of the colors, check in with yourself, see how you're feeling, and then you can color in whatever day, whatever month and day it is, you can color in that box with the corresponding color that kind of relates to how you're feeling that mood that day. And this is like, start identifying maybe there's something that triggers negative moods for you, and you don't realize it until you start actually tracking your moods, right? And then you start thinking, well, why did I feel like that day? Why did I feel like that this day? And you can kind of think and study and track your patterns to figure out perhaps maybe some ways to kind of elevate or turn your mood a little bit more into a positive one if you can, okay? So that's our first 2 pages, really, really important. Some other pages we've got in the whole journal, we have tracking your triggers. This kind of goes along with that first set of pages, although you can use any way. Whatever triggers means to you, everybody might have a different definition of the word. However that word relates to you, you can use this workshop page here to track and designate if you have like a certain trigger on a certain day that either triggers like a negative mood, a negative thought, anything of that sort. You can note it here with the date. You can kind of identify what type of trigger you had and then how it affected you physically. Because recognizing how our mental mood and our emotions can affect our physical well-being, it goes hand in hand. And once you start understanding the physical signs you get when you feel like you're about to have some type of a trigger moment, then that's one way. You can identify that here in this chart and refer back to it later. And each of these pages, you can print or download the journal more than once. So you can use these pages again and again. You don't just have to print it out one time and that's it. Moving on further in the journal, we have a couple of little fun pages thrown in here and there because I think it's also really good for us to just step back and take a break, right? Just give your brain a little bit of a release moment too, right? So we do have these little fun workshop pages. Like this one is a would you rather. Kind of like I got the inspiration for this because when I was a kid, they used to have those Coke or Pepsi books. I always wanted one. I never got one. My friends would get them and I was jealous. But it was essentially just a whole book of would you rathers. It was always like, are you Coke or are you Pepsi, So that's kind of the idea behind this. Like things, would you rather take care of yourself this way or take care of yourself that? It's just for fun, you guys, right? Like for example, would you rather take a bath, like a bubble bath, or would you rather sit and read a book? Like I said, take care of yourself, kind of give yourself a break. I mean, in essence, it's kind of double here, right? Because the whole page, just filling out the page is one way for your brain to kind of take a break from the rest of the journal. But if you actually do, would you rather take a bubble bath or read a really good book in a cozy place? If you choose one or the other, you can, after you get done with your journaling for the day, you can go, I'm going to do that item that I saw on that self-care list. Because why not, right? So also in this journal, we have a couple pages on reflections. These are like typical journaling like prompts, right? Pages with a lot of really simple prompts on them. I won't go through all the questions, but name 5 things you're grateful for right now, like in this moment that you're journaling. Name something that's been bothering you lately and describe what it is in detail, and then a little bit more on how that, whatever that thing is affecting you. And if you need more space to write, of course, you can always get out like a regular sheet of paper, and you can go on and create an even longer journal entry with this page. We've got a lot of pages in here. We're only on page 8, you guys. There's a lot of pages in here for you to go through. So again, make sure you download and or print the file so you can go through all of them on your own too. This is a workshop page that I created for you to help create your own affirmations. And if you don't know what an affirmation is, it's a sentence that affirms something, right? That affirms or confirms something. And if you think about that affirmation enough, at least legend has it, I guess. If you think about something enough, it will come true, right? So they're kind of your hopes and where you want to be. And once you write them down, maybe repeat them to yourself often. And you can kind of, I guess, manifest would be the popular word for that. Kind of manifest these things. And if that's not really your thing, I know it's kind of like new agey, right? You can still try doing this because it is a way to set goals for yourself. Setting goals for yourself, you guys, I think is one of the most important things in improving your mental health. And your goals can be so small. You might think, oh, they're so small, it's like dumb. They're like, if your goal is just to say, get off the couch for X amount of minutes or X amount of hours a day, that is a goal, you guys. You might think, oh, well, that's like such a small and minute thing, but that is one way. Create yourself small goal after small goal, and your goals will build like stepping stones, right, to even bigger goals. But just take things really small. No goal is too small, right? And affirmations, that's why I mentioned that, because it's kind of the same thing, right? So like some of these affirmations, I give you like something to start off of, like a springboard. I will always be successful and ... And you get to fill in what comes after the and. Okay, what is important to you? What do you want to be a goal for you? Here's another quick little brain break that we have in here. Just a little word search moment, because who doesn't like a good word search? I know I love word searches. So just some happy, calming words for you to find in the word search. Give yourself a little bit of a brain break. Now, along with, like I said, creating and setting goals, I think it's also really important to acknowledge when we reach those goals, no matter how small, right? No matter how minuscule they may seem, there is no goal too small. And especially if you're someone who likes to make a lot of to-do lists of all your goals, whether it's for a day, for a week, for a month, for the year, sometimes those can get really, really overwhelming, right? So sometimes we just need to turn things around, and like we have here, Create a done list. These are things that you have already done and accomplished. So try your best to fill in absolutely every single one of these items of things you have accomplished in a given week, right? Whatever week it may be that you're working on this. Anything that you have accomplished this week, make sure you take a note of it here. Nothing is too small. Fill in every single line so that you can give yourself a bit of a pat on the back and feel accomplished in what you have done. Going on, we also have a worksheet on why. Yes, the famous thing that all 3-year-olds just love to pester us with. Why? But we can use that sort of mentality, even as adults, to kind of challenge our patterns of thoughts, right? Our thoughts and emotions. What are you feeling right now? You can note that up here. Now, why do you feel this way? Why is that? Why is that? But why? Keep digging deeper. That's what the whys are there for. And of course, you don't have to do this whole journal at once either. Give yourself a couple of weeks if you need to fill the whole thing out. Maybe do a page a day. That's a really good goal for yourself. That's another goal you can have and another accomplishment you can make. So here we have a maze break this time. I love mazes. And at the bottom of this maze for your brain break, there's also a nice little quote for you to read and hopefully inspire you a little bit. Here's another one of kind of a more fun workshop page. What are your favorite ways to practice self-care? Just a couple of them, right? Name some of what are your favorite songs to listen to that kind of make you feel a little bit better. That gives you those positive thoughts and feelings. What type of books, if you like to read books, or other things, doesn't have to just be books. It could be magazines, right? If you're someone who's like, I don't read at all, you could cross this out. You could say like, what are your favorite like YouTube channels? Hey. You could come up with another category if that's not your thing. What are your favorite hobbies and sports, right? If you're not into sports, what are your favorite hobbies? If you're not into hobbies, what are your favorite sports? Your favorite things, recreational things to do. Just list some of those things here. And if you ever need a little pick-me-up, just come back to this page, refer back to it, and pick one thing out of all of your lists, and you can do that thing to make yourself maybe a little bit more positive mood, right? We scroll down, we have another reflections page. Again, I'm not going to go through all of the questions in here. You can go through that as you're filling out the journal with all the reflections. If we keep going down, we have a stop and check-in page. This is just a list of, again, very, very simple tasks, very, very simple goals that you can go through for the day that you happen to do this page and check off whether you've done this item, not done it, or if you're just, it's not even on your agenda today. If there's any items though that you do plan on doing at the end of the day or maybe the next day, you can star those and make sure you come back to it and note it with a yes when you get those done. Again, another way to recognize simple goals that you have accomplished. If we keep going, here's another little just very simple journaling page, your notes of positivity, which this is one you can come back to pretty often. When you are feeling a little bit up, take advantage of that and come to this page and just write yourself a little note about it. It's just like with recognizing when you accomplish your goals. When you accomplish a good feeling, make sure you take note of that here. That's a key part that, again, you can keep this page and just come back to it often. You don't have to do it like all in one day. Here's another workshop page where we talk about what your trait box is. This is a way to kind of boost your self-esteem a little bit, right? To think a little bit more positively about yourself. So here you can circle everything that you think is a strong trait that you have. You might not have all of these, and that's okay. You might only have one or two. Again, totally fine. But circle each one of these traits that you feel you possess, right? And you can even list additional traits down here so you can recognize things that you're, maybe really good at, or just positive traits that you have, so you can just feel a little bit better about yourself. And again, it improves your self-esteem. Here's another fun workshop page. They're all fun, right? They're all fun. This one's a way to kind of write a bit of an ode to yourself. Ode to a toad. That's a famous ode. If you don't know what an ode is, it's a type of poem that celebrates something. So this is where you can you just got to fill in the blanks. It's already half written for you, so that makes it easier. So that you can fill in the blanks and kind of write a celebratory poem to yourself. And again, hopefully makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. and hopefully helps you improve your self-esteem, just maybe. And we have another page on reflections, our third page, just a couple of different points you can fill out. And again, if you need extra space, you can get extra pages out. Here's a workshop page on turning things from a negative into a positive, which it's a really challenging, and I almost want to say advanced kind of way of thinking, right? It's really, really difficult. So give yourself grace with it if it is difficult. Again, you can always come back to it. Maybe you start it one day, you finish it another day. But for any of these statements over here, these are all the negative statements that either you may or may not feel, okay? Whether you feel them or not, though, the challenge here is to turn the statement into a more positive one. So for example here, I cannot reach my goals. You feel that you're incapable of reaching your goals. Well, if we turn that into a positive, we think about it, and we go, you know what, actually, I can achieve anything. So this is really a challenge for you to kind of take all of these, simple negative statements and turn them into simple but positive ones, right? Turn it around, flip it on its head, do what you need. And then, of course, maybe on a separate page, if you think of more statements that, maybe you do have more negative statements about yourself, you can write them on a page and then write them in a more positive light. Cross them out and then write the positive statement instead. Here we have another maze break for your brain, right? And then we have a page on identifying and ranking your top values, things that are really important to you. Your values, parts of your life that are really, I guess, important to you is kind of the only way to say it. Things that you find valuable in your life overall. So you can go down all of these lists, and each of these items, each of these topics, you can rank it. 10 is the most important and 1 is the least important to you. But you can go through and kind of rank each one of these topics. And then down here at the bottom, once you've done that, you can look back over it and you can pick out which of the 5 values are the most important to you. Now we also have, this is a little bit different, the concept of 5-level living. I've seen this other places too, which is why I wanted to include it in here. Because for some of you, it might resonate really well. I don't know. So this is for each of these topics, right? Just like when in the previous page with all the values and stuff, these are different topics, different areas of your life that you get to rank kind of from a scale of 1 to 5 by not how important it is to you though this time, but how well you feel you're doing at that item. And it's okay to have a lot of 1s. It's also okay to have a lot of 5s. Just whatever you feel for each of these topics, you just color it in all the way up to that number, okay? There's 5 different levels. What level do you feel like you're on right at this moment? And then there's also space down here for you to include 3 more items that you come up with yourself, and then rank those as well. But as always, at the bottom, the most important thing, remember that it's never too late to improve your levels, right? How you feel you're doing in that aspect of your entire life. So you can come back to this page too, and maybe if you feel like your physical wellness, your mental wellness, really, if your mental wellness improves with maybe completing this journal, once you're done with the journal, maybe you started at like a 2, you come back, you color into like a 3 or a 4, or even a 5, right? You can finish coloring in to improve as you feel you're improving. Make sure you note that here. Because again, recognizing the wins is everything, you guys. It really is. Well, maybe not everything, but it is important, right? Now, once you've gotten to the end, I leave you a little bit of an outro type of page. Remember that you can download, save, print as many copies of this document that you want, share it with other people. I highly, highly encourage that. Now, like I said in the beginning, I'm an author, okay? An author and an artist. And as an author, I chose to write this whole journal, all these pages. I created all of these for you guys. But I also have recently come out with a full 100-page expanded version of this whole mental wellness journal that I have put together for you guys, and I'm selling them now on Etsy. So you can go over there, check out those, that I call them the premium journals. And in the full premium journal version, again, it's over 100 pages. I make the journals myself, and those are actual physical journals that will be shipped to you if you would like to get one. Otherwise, like I said, print out, write on all the pages, and of course, share it around with other people, okay? And of course, I want to wish you all the best on whatever mental wellness journey you're on right now. I wish you the best in your journaling endeavors. You can also stay tuned on my channel here if you'd like to subscribe and stay in touch with me, because I am thinking about doing a little bit more mental health resources and coming out with some other stuff similar to this for you guys if you do really enjoy this. So please do leave a comment below if you do decide to take advantage of this, you really enjoy it. It really helps me to get some feedback from you guys. You can also let me know if you would be like interested. I could do like sharing of like my story and stuff, which is pretty difficult for me to share. But if you guys are interested in that, if it would really help you just to relate to another person who kind of understands. And of course, check out my channel for other I have a lot of reading content and a lot of painting content because I am an author and an artist, but the mental health stuff is going to be coming soon, and I may integrate that a little bit into some of my painting classes. So if you do want to check out my painting classes, make sure you go to my channel as well, because I think painting is just a really great creative outlet for so many people. Even if you've never tried it before, you never know. It might become one of your new favorite hobbies, one of your new favorite ways to give your brain that brain break, right? But again, I wish you all the best of happiness, lots of love for you guys, and please do enjoy this journal and share it around. Let's help as many people with their mental health, you included, as we can. So I'll see you all later, and peace out, Home Scouts.